Welcome back to the efficient walkthrough. On this part, we'll be taking on the Untended Graves. We'll be fighting Champion Gundyr, and we'll be heading into the Dark Firelink Shrine. And if you've been following the walkthrough, the last thing we did was defeat Osiris. Just want to make a quick note: if you are running an intelligence build, the weapon you get from Osiris's soul is the Moonlight Greatsword, and it's probably one of the better swords in the entire game. It's one of my personal favorites. And the other option is the Dragon Breath spell that he uses, which is not a very good spell. So if you're running an intelligence build, definitely go check out the Moonlight Greatsword. It's freaking awesome. Alright, right away. So we get a Shriving Stone, which is an infusion item that reverts your weapon back to its original state. This should all look familiar. It is the same layout as the tutorial area. We come from the right hand side instead of the left this time, so we're going to run over and go to the left to pick up an item. There will be a bunch of the Corvians right around it, so we're just going to grab it and go. An Ashen Estus Ring. It increases the amount of FP that's restored when you take a drink of your blue flask. And by the way, if you're running a hollow bleed build, this is a pretty decent spot for farming hollow gems. You can only get hollow gems from the Corvian, the spell one, the chanter, the storytelling Corvian. He's the only one that drops the hollow gem, and so all the other Corvians that are around him do not transform until he screams. Except for the one on the left. That one transforms right away. That one's just like an oddball one. So if you are to farm this, I would hit the bonfire, run over, take out the storytelling Corvian, take out the one on the left, and grab anything that gets dropped, and then run back to the bonfire and repeat. Kill the storytelling one as fast as you can, and you won't have to deal with any of the other Corvians there. So alright, straight ahead we get some souls, and there is a few things that are a little bit different than the first time we were here. We're gonna get some Grave Wardens, and if you're looking for any of their stuff, the Grave Warden Twin Blades, one of the better bleed weapons of the game. This is a wonderful place to farm those, because there is 2 of them. And they also, I think they always drop large Titanite shards, I believe, and they do have a chance to drop the Titanite chunks as well. So I'm going to get a fireball ready, because there's going to be one of the dogs right around this corner. And as we go around the corner, we'll start throwing it so we can catch him off guard. Or maybe I stood there too. Oh, still worked. Okay. And pick up a Titanite chunk right there. And then we're gonna head straight across to get this item. Still got my fireballs, or my fire bombs ready. When you pick up the item, you're gonna aggro one single dog and one dog only. It is the one directly in front of you. So we're gonna walk up and throw the fire bomb pretty much down at our feet to get the dog, and then we'll throw a couple more and make sure it's dead. But as long as you don't jump into the water around where the dogs are, you don't have to worry about the rest of them. So this is the only one that is a problem. There we go. Grab the other chunk, and there's no other items right here in this area, so we're going to continue back where we very first fought the giant crystal lizard. And lo and behold, there will be not one giant crystal lizard, but 2. So we're gonna walk in slowly and take them on one at a time. In fact, I'm gonna add some lightning to my weapon. Might as well. I'm not using it a whole lot, so they should be weak to lightning. So we'll walk in until one of them rolls at us. There we go. And we'll back up a little bit because we want to fight one at a time. So we don't want to go too far in and get the other one coming over to us yet. There we go. Hopefully let's get in there. Nope, missed the repost. But he's almost dead. There we go. 3 scales out of that one. Finish this one off for 2 more, so 5 all together Titanite scales here. I believe if you're a New Game Plus, there is a +1 ring that's over here. I'm not certain of that. It might just be the actual the Cemetery of Ash where there. I know there's a +1 stone plate ring where it's every single elemental defense upgrade, where it's the multicolored stone plate ring and it raises fire, magic, dark, and lightning all at once. The +1 is at the very beginning. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Okay, so we are getting invaded by an NPC. I'm going to use a blue bug pellet because this is a magic user. She's not hard. She does parry, but she doesn't have a weapon to riposte you with after she parries, so we're just gonna go in and spam the shit out of her towards the cliff. Yep, there she goes. We're gonna knock her right down off the cliff. She's not hard at all to kill. And unlike the first time we were here, there is no bonfire here, and if you noticed, he was carrying an actual sword. He was not carrying a broken sword, so everything's a little bit harder now. And there is a crossbow guy here, but there's also another guy on the left, so we're gonna try it. There we go. And the only item, oh nice, the only item in this area is right there. It should be, I think it's a hidden blessing. Yeah, hidden blessing. That's the only item in this area. So at this point, right now, if you need to refill your Estus flask, you should head back to the bonfire, and because there's nothing else to get. If you are ready to go for the boss fight, you can continue on ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and return to the bonfire just to do it for the playthrough. All right. So our goal is to get up to the boss door without taking any damage at all, preferably. I want to be at full health, and I want to have my Estus flask full for when we get up to fight the boss. So we're going to run past the first couple of enemies, the Grave Wardens. We'll just run right by them. That one will most likely follow us up the hill here, but once we get up towards the top of the hill, his leash should kick in and he should go back. Oh, there he goes. He turns around already. Cool. Sometimes he'll make it up to here or whatnot before he turns around, but that worked out very nicely. We do want to take on the enemies in this area. We don't want a big a line of them following us up to the boss door, because dealing with these guys in a big group is a pain in the ass. Because they're very quick and they jump around and shit. They're very hard to deal with, so we're gonna take them on one by one still. Alright. Oh shit, I missed. Alright. So this is where we left off last time. We'll just sneak up on this guy and get our attack in before he does anything. Watch out for the crossbow guy. He'll start shooting before you even make it down the edge of the cliff. We're going to take the guy out sitting on the right hand side right here first. We're going to go off into the corner, take out the other crossbow guy, and then make our way back to take out the original crossbow guy. And that is a very specific order that I do it in to for the least amount of trouble with this area, this immediate little area right here. Because if you run to take out either crossbow guy first, this guy will get up and just come at you from behind, and he'll be up and at you before you really realize it. So him, the corner, and then the front door. There's another guy right up here. We are gonna kill him. We're gonna summon an NPC for help, and it's gonna be the Sword Master. But we got one more straggler slowly coming on down here. We want to take him out. Basically, whenever you're gonna summon an NPC to help you with a boss fight, it is a really good idea to clear the area out of enemies, so they go into the boss fight fresh as well. But also so they don't like run off and try and fight other things when you're ready to go to the boss fight. It is very frustrating to deal with because they don't really know when to stop. Even after they kill an enemy, they'll stand there and keep attacking the air for a minute. So we want to keep them in line, make sure the way is clear for them. Hey, buddy. Okay, we're good to go. Let's summon up the Sword Master. 456, 493. Gundyr bleeds pretty easily. But I think I'm gonna go for a higher damage weapon with him, and that should give me some better armor options as well. Oh. Let's go with this, and he attacks with pure physical damage, so you don't really have to worry about getting your elemental damage defense up at all. Let's try that. Alright, we're not fat rolling. See, you can get right up to 70% and still not fat roll. Just a heads up there. And might as well throw in what we can. Do some fire damage on here. Okay, unlike before, you don't have to pull the sword out of his chest. When you walk into the area, he's going to stand up and be ready to go. He is much faster. He has more attack options. He attacks in different ways than he did before the first time we fought him. He's much more aggressive. I definitely recommend bringing someone in, even if it's just the NPC summon, because you want him distracted at least some of the time so you can get your hits in on him. This is a really fun fight, but he is a fucking beast. So don't just go into this ready to just, I don't know, just be careful and be on point, pay attention, concentrate. You can still parry him though, but we'll get our first hits in right away, just like before. And here we go. And he attacks out of the side a lot, so like he'll attack one direction and then kick off to the side. He's somewhat hard to read, so keep your health up. Don't let it get too low, because he's got some combos that are pretty devastating. And after you beat him, you can trade his soul in for that weapon that he's using right there. It's a pretty good strength weapon. Nice. And don't let him get his grab on you. Fucking stab you in the chest and throw you across the area. One more hit, he's done for. There we go. I mean, it's a single phase fight. There is no second phase to him at all or anything. What you see is what you get from beginning to end. Where's the assassin? There it is. And what do we have here? Probably this. 70.2. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. Bonfire right in the middle. Same place as it was before. But back here in the corner towards the entrance, you have the Black Knight Glaive. That is from Dark Souls 1. Pretty much the same moveset if you've played it then. It is a really good weapon and it's fun to use. I have a really great time with it. Now we come into Dark Firelink Shrine, which has become inhabited with Black Knights. There is 4 altogether here. There's going to be one up the stairs in front of us. There'll be one marching down towards our direction from the left, and then one up the stairs to the left, and one off where the dog was by the graves. We're going to sneak up on the first one and get right behind him. We're going to handle him similar to how we handled the Black Knight in Road of Sacrifices, to where we'll get a good R2 from behind and hopefully he swings the wrong direction and misses us. There we go. Yeah, just like that. And of course we get nothing from him. Alright, we're going to come over here and take him on. At this point, we dodge one attack, hit once. Dodge one attack, and hit once. Even though I got hit, well, whatever. No, no! Oh, you... Okay, cool. I didn't die. Alright, let's get back to that. Dodge once, hit once. Dodge once, hit once. And I got a Black Knight shield. We'll start off by going up to the left-hand side. There we go. And up the stairs to our right will be another Black Knight with a sword. This one has a sword and the other one will have a axe. Dodge, hit. Dodge, hit. I mean, go for a backstab if you can get one. Keep a little bit of distance so he doesn't do the thing where he hits you with his shield, because that's a little bit harder to dodge. And nothing. Oh, and if you need any Black Knight things, armor or their weapons, this is the best place to farm the Black Knights. Start off at the fire where we fought Chappie and Gundyr, come into here, kill your Black Knights, head off to the fire, repeat, yada yada yada. Right up here at the top of the steps is the Chaos Blade. It is the best dex scaling sword of that type. Damn it, what are they called? Oh, katana, that's right. So it's the best dex scaling katana, but you take a little bit of damage when you give damage as well, so just be aware of that. Some souls, and we'll stay up top for now. And that's all the items here. If you're New Game Plus, I think there's an item right here. And the last Black Knight is right down there. So we're going to roll and do a drop attack. We're going to roll towards the right hand side. There's a little edge down there, and every once in a while you'll roll across the edge and you'll get a double hit. It's really cool when it happens, so let's see if we can do it. It's kind of a glitch, but nope, didn't work out. And be careful not to roll off the edge of this area. There we go. Another shield. And now here's the Hornet Ring. I'm sure you've heard of the Hornet Ring. You get more damage out of backstabs and riposts. So when you parry someone and get the riposte in on the front of them, and you get way more damage out of it, and then you even get an extra animation. This ring, if you fight the Dancer and come here before you beat the Abyss Watchers, this ring will not be here. You have to beat the Abyss Watchers first to make this ring appear. And with that, that's pretty much everything outside so far. We'll go in and then immediately go right, and we'll go out the upper exit really quick just to double check, make sure we got everything. You can still collect the Seed of a Giant right here at the tree, and I got one. Look at that. You should get one from the invasion of the Crystal Sage magic user that invaded us just a moment ago. Every invasion counts towards getting a seed. Yeah, if you're in New Game Plus, there's definitely items up here, but nothing right now. This is, yeah, when you're in New Game Plus, especially New Game Plus 2, this area has quite a few more items. There will be a +2 ring behind the thrones over here, so, but whatever. In the Dead Center, we're going to pick up the Coiled Sword Fragment. This is basically just a homeward bone that you can use as many times as you want. That sounds really cool, and I mean, I guess if you're worried about having to pay for homeward bones, you can hang on to this and use it, and you'll never have to buy another homeward bone. But remember, homeward bones are cheap. We're going to take this and trade it to the Crow for a Titanite slab. Way better, in my opinion.
Well, fancy that.
And the handmaid is here.
Well, now what can this?
This is like kind of a little different space and time where we're at right now. So she's definitely a little bit different than the original handmaid. It's the same one. It's just a different time and space. She sells the Wolf Knight set, which is basically Artorias' armor. And she also sells a Priestess ring, which increases your faith by 5. Make sure to pick up all of these items. Oh, I didn't know I bought the... oh, that's right, I did buy the tower key because we got patches. So she does sell the tower key and whatnot. She sells like the most useful items towards the very beginning of the game. Oh yeah, and also if you don't beat the Abyss Watchers before coming here, Artorias' set will not be available to purchase.
Best not.
And straight back where Andre would be the Blacksmith Hammer. It is a weapon you can use. It's not a very good weapon. You can trade it to the Crow for a Titanite Scale, which I'll probably do. Trading a weapon for one single Titanite Scale isn't really worth it, but the fact that I'm never going to use that as a weapon, it might as well just do it. Back here, if you're not following the Londor quest line for the Londor ending of the game, the hollow ending, Uria's stuff will be back here, so you can pick up her ashes, I believe, and give them to the handmaid at Firelink Shrine to buy the stuff she would normally sell. And also, see, there's one more thing to get here before we go, and straight back to where the lady from Karim that teaches you miracles is. We're gonna go back there, and it's blocked off by a wall, but it is an illusionary wall. And behind it is a dead firekeeper, and you can pick up the eyes of a firekeeper. Now, for this walkthrough, if you're going for the ending I was just talking about, the Londor ending, do not give these to the firekeeper. If you want the dark ending, the pretty much ending number 2, this is what you get to give to the Firekeeper for that ending. Technically, you can give them to her. She doesn't like them, and you can change your mind and take them back. So if you give them to her and you don't want to go through with the dark ending, you would attack the Firekeeper and kill her, and she'll dissipate like normal enemies do, and she'll leave behind the Firekeeper's eyes, and you pick them back up, and then you just refresh Firelink Shrine, and she'll be back, and the dark ending will no longer be happening for you. So kill her, take the eyes back, you're good. But it's probably better not to give them to her in the first place. She doesn't like them. It makes her fucking sad. So why would you want to make your Firekeeper sad? Alright, that's it for the Dark Firelink Shrine. We got everything here. Before we finish off this part of the playthrough, we're going to head back to the regular Firelink Shrine and trade off everything else we can with the crow. Alright, so we're going to head straight up to the upper exit. And of course we have to wait for it to load. It's very interesting. It's not that big of an area. You figure you go to other areas of the game where you can access the entire area like right away. But I don't know why this needs extra time to load. Whatever. Alright, so at this point you should have already opened this up and kicked the ladder down. So we'll head up the ladder. And we're going to trade everything we can up until this point, which is going to be the majority of stuff. There's a few other things that we don't have that you can trade later in the game, but this is going to be like the bulk of everything you can get out of the crow. Alright, starting at the top. Divine Blessing. Very good carving. Which you can drop and it speaks, says very good. And also the Hidden Blessing, get rid of that. And make sure you only trade one item at a time. If you drop multiples, like if I dropped a Hidden Blessing, a Divine Blessing, and like a Firebomb all at the same time, I'm gonna lose two of the things. You can only do one at a time for this to work correctly. Now we get a thank you carving. The Segbro. We will get more of these later, so we'll leave this. We'll get the Armor of the Sun, which is Solaire's armor. And let's keep going down the list. I don't think the Purging Stone does anything. Oh, Black Firebomb. Black Firebomb gives us a Titanite chunk. Lightning Urn. Solaire's helmet. Alluring Skull. Hello carving. What else? Alright, and here's the big one, the Coiled Sword Fragment. Titanite Slab. And what else do we got? Oh, the Vertebrae Shackle. We should have got that from beating Hodrick at the Undead Settlement. Oh, I didn't click on the Titanite Slab is from before. And now we get Lucatiel's Mask, which I believe is from Dark Souls 2. At least the armor set is. And Seed of a Giant Tree. Iron Leggings, which is Solaire's leggings. And a Shriving Stone. The I'm Sorry carving. Weapons. We're We're gonna do the blacksmith hammer. Titanite scale. Figured I'd give you more than one for that, but whatever. And we'll do a cleric's sacred chime. Technically, I think you can drop any of the miracle chimes, not like the talisman ones, but the chime ones. You can drop any kind of those for this to work. The help me carving. Technically, you can get a lightning gem from the Xanthia's crown. I'd much rather have the armor than the lightning gem. I think that does it. That's, yeah. Don't think there's anything else. As far as the fire bombs go, just FYI, you can drop the regular fire bombs to get at the item, or you can drop the rope ones of the regular fire bomb or black fire bomb to get the same exact item as the regular fire bomb. It accepts either or, but you can't get extra. You can't do both of the rope and the regular. It won't let you. I think that's everything. Yep. Okay, we're good. So that's everything we can trade up until now. Other things you can trade is the Avalon crossbow, which is a really awesome crossbow. I don't remember what you get for it, but it's definitely not worth it. You can trade an undead bone shard. I definitely would not trade that until New Game Plus. For the porcelain shield. I don't know. I can't say it. It's a shield in the shape of a pig head. You can also trade the staff from the sorcerer out of Archdragon Peak. Damn it. Oh, I can't remember it. It's got like a cup or a bell at the top of the staff. The Mendicant staff. If you trade a Mendicant staff, you get Solaire's shield. If you're gonna do that, I would suggest getting 2 of the staffs, because it's good to keep one of those staffs in your inventory because it increases the souls you get when you kill items, and when you're farming souls, you want to get everything equipped you can to farm that increase your soul intake. So, see the Avalon. I think that's everything you can trade. Yeah, I mean there's all kinds of lists on the internet. You can totally look it up, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. So, all right, so that's it for this area.
Thanks, sweetie.
Alright, so we finished up Untended Graves, we finished up the Dark Firelink Shrine, we traded everything we can. We're good. That pretty much concludes a lot of the early accessible areas that are further in the game that you're not really supposed to go to right now. So the next video we'll be covering the Catacombs of Karthus, or yeah, I think that's right. We'll be heading down into there, and then we'll also be doing the Demon Ruins, and yeah, that's it. Awesome, thanks for watching. Hopefully I helped you out a little bit. Hopefully I taught you something you didn't already know. But see you next video. I appreciate you for sticking around and watching the whole thing, and watching the series if you are. Have a good day. Later.